Hi you guys, Little Way here. Welcome to my crafty space. As you can see, I already have a card completed, so this video is going to be a little different from how I normally do things. Now, I created this card just going off of, like I said, my mojo. My New Year's resolution to myself was to just make cards with my original thought and just see them out to completion with, okay, this works, I'm gonna go with that. I'm thinking of this, I'm gonna go with that. Instead of like overthinking or pondering more and wondering if I should bring in, this set, going through things. I just wanted to make with my first thought and keep things simple, and then when I remake something I can do a bit more pondering and such. So I'm actually going to show you guys that with this card here. So as you can see, I just stamped a simple background. I have a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock here in the back just to pick up the green. I have Garden Green and Mossy Meadow as my ink colors for these beautiful leaves. And then this is a very cute die cut that I brought out for the first time. I can't believe I haven't played with it. I put some twine on that just to give it the look of this die cut being anchored, and then I knew I wanted to play with that adorable bee set that I love so much, so I just used these bees that were actually leftovers from another card I had done, because when you're making something and you're gonna do the work of embossing, you might as well do a couple more and just have those for later. So those were in my drawer and I just brought those in, and those are heat embossed in gold, which you can see, so I don't have to add any embellishments to my card. If you guys know anything about me, or if you don't, I like to keep my embellishments to a minimum. I have a little stack that I decided to keep while I was decluttering from when I was trying to figure out what my embellishment style was, and then I have like a crap ton of Nuvo drops because those are amazing when you get them to work. That's another video. Okay, and then here I just used the reason why I purchased the flowering tulip set. It was mainly because of the sentiment here. It is absolutely beautiful. It is so cute. I actually do love these sentiments too, so there's more than one reason, but when I saw this set, my eyes were immediately drawn to that. So I used this sentiment for the first time, and I'm like, oh, my original thought was, okay, I have this die cut here, I think I'm going to use these bees, and then I was like, what can fit perfectly here? Oh, something circular. And that's when I went ahead and just did simple stamping and pigment ink, so the ink sits on top of the cardstock and the color is prominent, and the white sitting on top of the green, it just helps it show more. So this is my card, and it's very simple. There's some heat embossing, but there's nothing, I don't know, I wouldn't say crazy, because I mean, see, card making is so like subjective. Like what I might see as like simple or easy, someone else might see like 7 different steps. So I will not downplay my talents, quote unquote. Okay, but I want to remake this card, so that's what I'm going to do right now. So first off, I'm going to grab some cardstock, and I'm still going to use Mossy Meadow. And the die is from the Stitch So Sweetly die set. It's this die right here. I wish they had this also a little smaller. It's so cute. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my die in the center of this panel, because this piece of cardstock is still usable, although I'm, removing a piece in the middle. I just need the cardstock for the edges here, so I basically get like a 2-for-1 by doing this. All right. Now, if you guys don't know, all of my cards that I make on my channel are all A2 size cards. That's just personally what I like, and I'm telling you, like this year I am all about doing what I like, what I love. That is the goal. All right, so now I have these 2 pieces. Now I told you guys it's going to be an A2 size card, and it's a side folding card, so I don't like doing top folding cards. I just don't like them. So I'm just going to take this card base here that I made. This is going to go like this. And I might have to trim just like a smidge here off, but that's minor. Okay, so up next we need to create this here. Just gonna grab a piece of white cardstock. And I also have my twine here. This is from the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. And sorry if I sound a little weird this morning. I literally just woke up and I'm like, I'm gonna start recording. I have to get 4 cards done today, so we're on a mission. All right, and I'm just wrapping this around to see if this piece of twine that I had from another card saved will work. Okay, so this will work. So I also have my piece of twine. And you just want to wrap it around twice. If you're trying to save money, you can just, you know, anchor it, use some tape, anchor it here, put it there, then cut, and then do the other piece. I just wrap it all the way around. It just works for me. But if you're saving money, please do that because, you know, it's supplies and it's your money. All right, so now we just need to create this here. This is where I house my inks, you guys. So these two are just right over here. All right, so I have the Forever Fern set. That is what I used to stamp the leaf border all around. And I have Mossy Meadow and Garden Green. I just need to take out some acrylic blocks because I'm just doing freehand stamping, as I call it. And now this one's going to be a little different because in the other card, I only used 3 stamps, but honestly, I hated having to clean my stamp off in between. So I'm going to go with 4 stamps this time. Great, so I really love this. This is complete, and because I already have everything out, I might as well make another one. All right, you guys, so I have my backgrounds done. Like I said, I did 2 because if you're doing the work, you might as well just have the extra, and then who knows, your creativity might get going and you're like, oh, I can try something different. All right, so let me take out my pieces again. Whoops. Now I already went ahead and I believe it's this panel I cut down. Yep. This is going to go there. Going to wrap around. So now I need some bees. I just want to give them some color. So either it's watercolor or alcohol marker coloring. I'm going to do one of the 2. All right, you guys, so I'm done coloring up my bees. I'm pretty happy with how they look. Ignore this one. This was a mistake. But yeah, all I did was Google like bees, and I just decided to make the wings a little lighter than the body. And I don't know bee anatomy, but we're going to say these are like bee legs, or my fiance said 4 legs. I don't know. Shrug. Anyhow, this is just how I decided to color them, and I think they're pretty stellar. They'll do the job, and I think they will look pretty wicked against my background. So I'm pretty pleased with how different these look compared to my gold embossed ones. But although these are simple, I do love these. So now I'm going to go ahead and run these through my die, and we'll get to assembling the card. All right, you guys, so I'm on a little bit of a bee spree at the moment since I have everything out. Why not is pretty much my thought. So I have the Honeybee Home set out, and as you can see, I already have my bees. I do have a fair amount already done. Aren't these like adorable? So I just want to make more to just have to grab and add on some cards because I feel like I'm going to give these a really good play. So I'm just going to stamp my little heart out. All right, you guys, so now that I have a bunch of bees, aren't these just the cutest? Aren't these so cute? They're so cute. I am going to just take 2 because I only need 2 for my card. And the rest I'm going to save for another project or projects. I need to get like little bags or something because this is just too big, but whatever. All right. Put my dies away just so I don't lose anything. Now I need my sentiment here. Now what I'm thinking is that I am going to heat emboss just so I can have the sentiment very vibrant and where it just pops out at you. Now a tip is if you're trying to place like a sentiment or something down to have whatever images are going to be around it also down, so you pretty much know where you're trying to hit. I decided to stamp a bee on the inside because these bees are just way too cute, and my card will be complete. All right, you guys, so my card is complete. This is so adorable. I love this card. I'm really happy that I took time to remake this because it's even better than the first one that I created. Look at that. It's just so cute. Now, I am going to say I'm going to have this qualify as another Valentine's Day card because that's where my mojo is. I wanted to make this. And the "you were so thoughtful," thank you, you're so thoughtful. And the bees, I mean, come on, Valentine's Day, birds and the bees. I mean, it's just, it counts, right? I'm going to say it counts and that this is untraditional. Like, thank you for being in a relationship with me, or you were so thoughtful. Thank you for wanting to spend Valentine's Day with me. Whatever. I'm going to finagle this. Okay, so let me grab my first card. My original card, as you can see, it's definitely a little lighter. And again, it was a very quick card. I did what came to mind. I kept it simple. I was not overthinking. And I absolutely do love this. Like, I still love my main card. But I'm very happy that I spent some time on making it better. So as you can see, same layout, same products. I just did things a little bit differently. And I'm going to recap that really quickly. So as you can see here, everything's just a bit lighter as far as my border. For here, I made sure I just inked up my stamps really well because I wanted the border to really pop, aka my background here. As far as the twine, it's pretty much the same, except here I didn't exactly do it so it's like symmetrical on each side. I kind of just wrapped it. And to save some of my twine, I did not fully wrap it all around my card like I did here, which that caused me to have to pop up this part here because with so much twine it would cause my background to not lay flat, and I didn't want that on this card. So literally I just have like a smidge of twine right underneath, tucked under, and then a lot of glue and tape so that that remains flat, and I don't have to pop up this piece here against my mossy meadow. The other clear difference is, of course, my bees. I used my alcohol markers, my Copics for this. Stampin' Up! Has Stampin' Blends if you want to play with the alcohol markers. And I really love my coloring. I'm glad I looked up how bees look because I really wasn't sure. But I love my color combo there. I do love these gold embossed bees, however, and I will definitely do that in the future because those are super cute. And while I said, oh, maybe I want to try watercoloring, maybe I'll do that in another card. Today, I just looked at my markers and I'm like, oh, those are so pretty. Let me just grab some of those. Another difference that is pretty bold, quote unquote, is my sentiment. I heat embossed this sentiment on top of the mossy meadow to really give it a pop. And here you can see I just stamped with my pigment ink. And here you can see I just stamped with my pigment ink. And while it is noticeable the white embossing is just way better. I definitely do need to get new embossing powders, like I am totally due, but that's another expense. And yeah, y'all, I'm just buying stamps. I really need to buy like more, you know, supplies, like a couple new marker nibs and some ink refills, but I'm like, I'd rather buy stamps. So, well, that needs to happen. Anyhow, let's see. So the bees, the sentiment, the twine, the background, mossy meadow, the die cut piece here. That is it, you guys. I still love this card. It is very like shabby chic-ish. And that's not really, shabby chic isn't really like my style. I do appreciate it. And I might make some cards that lean towards it, but it still has to like look a certain way for me to like it. And this here is just a bit more bold, and I'm not really sure else how to describe this. I wouldn't really say contemporary, but I guess ish. Anyhow, I'm not really great at describing artistic styles. Anyway, I love both of these. I'm really glad that I did remake this card. And again, I used all Stampin' Up! Products as far as dies and as far as stamps. My twine also was Stampin' Up! My twine is from the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. I absolutely love this. I have 2 of them. I used the Forever Fern set, Honeybee Home set, the dies with that, and the Flowering Tulip set for the sentiment. And then the Stitched So Sweetly dies, that's where I received, that's where this die cut piece is from. So if you follow me for using current Stampin' Up! Product, ta-da! Because as you guys know, I own more than Stampin' Up!, but I absolutely love their products. And I, you know, just like sharing how you can create different things with them. All right. So I hope you guys are doing something crafty that makes your heart happy. Going to be 4 video uploads today. All right. Bye.